Ladies and gents, these two balls are the AMC and GME debacle, and right now they are lifting each other up. And how far up? 35% today, and you need to understand where AMC got that potential energy from, and the most important thing that nobody is talking about, right? If you guys follow along with the live chats, you would know that Professor Meeple and I are here to answer your questions, your financial education questions, such as why exactly are we seeing a 4 out of 4 sell signal at the after hours here for AMC, and why it actually took, right? We see a falling of AMC price action in the after hours. Why is that darn cost to buy average falling? Right? We saw 240% was high good, and now 50% is bad, right? We hit 240% and above. What does that mean now for the fight on ahead? And finally, what is this? This is what nobody seems to be talking about. A $15 put wall on May 11th bought at nearly how many? 2.5 million? $3 million worth of puts put at $15. Why does this affect AMC? And if you guys stay until the end, there's going to be a fun little Easter egg for AMC in the near future. At the end of this video, hope you guys do stay and comment out which like you are, and while we get on to 1,500 likes in this video. So first things first, where is this 4 out of 4 sell signal coming from? We were waiting all day to see whether or not pushing the top of this Bollinger was going to cause AMC to fall. And yet we saw AMC's price action non-stop follow this channel up to 1420. That was where the high of AMC followed. But then after 2 corrective waves and a little bit of hesitancy when the VWAP started to converge at 1264, we ended up ending our day there at 1277. Still 23% up on the day, but nowhere near the highs of 1420. So what exactly happened? Well, we finished raising upwards of $500 million. That's right, $43 million worth of at the money offering was completed like a shot in the arm, and we didn't feel a thing. That's when we realized not only do we have extra capital to turn AMC around, the CDC opened the doors for vaccinated people to start reliving their lives, which means going and watching an AMC movie. What movie are you guys excited about? Drop it in the comments down below, because I am going to be watching one tonight. If not, no, am I going to watch it tonight? I'm going to watch it this weekend for sure. So one more time, 300 million. We called it during the live stream. That's how much volume we are seeing. Compared that to the 50 million volume yesterday and the average 90 million here for the last 3 months, that is humongous. But all of that is for naught if we ignore the fact that the options chain spells doom anywhere below the $15 price action. When we have a put wall here, that means that this is already in the money. This is puts, which are bets that AMC is going to, at the very least, stay below $15 and at any time can exercise to sell these shares, which institutions that sold these puts already have hedged negatively, right? So we need to be able to watch out for this put wall anywhere along this $12 to $15 range here, right? This is something that we've seen often in GME. We don't get disheartened by it, but we do need to talk about the fact that this isn't going anywhere until these options expire. We talked about gamma ramps before. We talked about options. If we've seen it on GME, we see this a very clear delineation of blues and blacks, right? The puts stay on one side, those would be out of the money puts, and the blues stay on the other side. Blacks stay on this side, the blues stay on that side, and that makes clear and compelling stories for people who want to bet on a stock that hasn't yet reached a certain price point. Yet AMC is showing us this menacing $3 million put wall. So be careful, because at any point this could be used for downward pressure, in addition to the idea that this is the hedge funds having their foot come off of the gas pedal. 51% cost to borrow average. Now, I actually did an interview just now, and we asked the question, hey, is high cost to borrow good or bad, right? Because the higher the cost to borrow, the more demand there must be for people wanting to borrow the stock. And why would you want to borrow the stock at the cost of more than 2.5 times the actual price of the stock? Well, it's because of the negative pressure you need. If you want to sell a stock, there's only two options. Either buy the stock first or borrow it. And of course, there's a third option that really shouldn't be an option, but you can just make it. If you're a certain type of market participant, you can create a share out of thin air in order to borrow it later. But when later? We'll talk about FTDs in a future video. Of course, if you just search Andrew Mo FTD, you'll find plenty of videos to talk about how often these FTDs get recycled. But most importantly, this number continued to rise throughout the last few days, and now it has a meteoric crash. So are hedge funds showing us their hand by easing off of AMC? Unlikely, because we can also focus on that Stonko tracker showing us only 1,000 shares available, right? This was 0 when the markets were closing. So this it is a number that grows when more shares are found, either because they are borrowable shares that get covered or get returned, or they are more people buying the share but not turning off their stock lending program, which you definitely should do. If you have no interest in options, or even if you do, consider turning your margin account into a cash account so they can't borrow your shares and then not even pay you a penny of this 47%. Now Fintel and Ortex are starting to agree. So if you guys wanted to be able to pay attention to this, this is for GME. If you guys want to pay attention to the cost to borrow average on AMC's side by yourself, the Ortex links is in the description below. It's a really good source of news. And if you want to keep track of these 444 sell signals on cheat code algorithm, that is also my tool of choice to be able to make sure that you have your eyes peeled. And finally, if you want to be able to look at historical options on the option sonar, that is a premium membership waiting for you in the description down below. One of the only things that I will say is that everyone considers a bullish flag that AMC has broken out of today, right? We've seen it multiple times during the actual live stream from this morning. But one of the other things that we have to pay attention to is this 5-part beautiful 5-part impulse wave that brought us up to 1420. Where did that come from other than the Adam Aaron tweet that talked directly about the at the money market offering being completed within just a few weeks of time? Let me pull that up while you take a look at this. All right, hold on. Chance the Rapper selling tickets at the AMC in Chicago, best ticket cashier in the game. Yes, AMC is pivoting over to live concerts virtually at the theater itself. So that Chance is one of the first ones to sign that contract. And look at him selling his own tickets. Yeah, he does this kind of thing. What a charmer. Now let me pull up that Adam Aaron tweet so we can end on that. The CEO, the ape father himself, the hilariously fun memes keep coming. Today is Top Gun Day at AMC, by the way. So we have here, AMC just announced that in only 2 weeks, they completed their 43 million share at the market equity raise. We got 428 million more cash prior to commissions and fees, which clearly puts AMC in a stronger position to tackle the challenges and capitalize on the opportunities ahead. So if you guys don't want to miss out on catalysts just like this one, that subscribe button is waiting for you. That really helps out the show if you guys click on that like. And thank to those of you who have joined on Patreon. I haven't yet changed up this list, but if you guys are part of the Moon Platoon, the Space Legend tier, or the Gorillionaire tier, you'll see yourself on this end screen very, very soon. So for now, but not for forever, we'll see you in the money. Peace.